Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel for the first time. My name is Elizabeth. About 6 months ago, my husband and I bought this house and I have slowly been going through renovating it room by room, and I finally got into our upstairs guest bathroom. When we have kids in the future, this will be like our kids bathroom, but for right now, since we have carpet still in our master bathroom, this is the bathroom that we are going to be using for the next couple of months at least. And I finally gotten around to renovating it. I'm so excited. This was such a huge change and I'm so excited to finally be able to share this process with you. So when I started this renovation a few weeks ago, the bathroom was, I want to describe it as atrocious, but I have carpet in my other bathroom, so we'll just say this one was just rough. There was nothing big that was wrong with it. It just wasn't my style. I wanted to brighten it up. It was really dark and yellow. We still had the original wooden cabinets. The floor vent was rusty. One of the lights in here didn't work. The mirror was old. It was small. The beige colored paint just made everything feel dark and dingy and gross. And so I wanted to fix it. It's actually really special to me because before we bought this house, I was obviously looking for inspiration and stuff on Pinterest, and the very first pin that I pinned was like inspiration for this bathroom. I'll have to put a picture of it here, but I really even though I went back and forth on whether I wanted to stick with that or not, I really did end up doing that almost exact same thing for my inspiration picture for this bathroom, and I am just so happy with the way it turned out. And back when I pinned that and saw it for the first time, we weren't even sure if we would get this house because we had a lot of problems going through working it out. So I'm just really thankful for that. But the first thing that I did to start this renovation project was start prepping my space. This meant taking out the old outlet covers and switch covers, taking down the old mirror, taking all of the doors and drawers out of the storage and vanity in here. And then I also started prepping by taking off the top thing for the light fixture that wasn't even working. Next, it was time to paint. I originally thought that I picked a bright white paint, but comparing it to the other bright white that I'm used to, it's not white and it kind of looks a little bit grayish, so just keep that in mind. But I did get this from Sherwin-Williams because they were running a sale, so I thought I would try their paint. I'm usually a bare paint kind of gal, but I will say this whole bathroom took me over half a gallon of Sherwin-Williams, and the dining room that I did downstairs took half a gallon for the whole big room. So I probably won't be buying Sherwin-Williams again, but I'm glad that I tried it. The color that I ended up using was Ceiling Bright White, and I used it on the ceiling and the walls. And yeah, just ceiling and walls in here. The bright white that I use from Behr is ultra pure white, and that's what I use on the cabinets and trim. And so you can see the difference kind of between those that you'll see later. It's noticeable to me, probably not everyone else, but just something that I thought I should mention. As I paint though, you can see how creamy and beige the paint in here was before, so it's nice to just have any brighter color to give it a little refresh. After I painted the walls, I went through and started doing the first coat of the ultra pure white by Behr on the trim, and then I brought one of my photography studio lights into the bathroom so that I could start working on the electric because there are no windows in this bathroom and I couldn't see in the dark. The old shade things on here were totally original, very very dusty and gross and textured, and I wanted to swap them out. And then I ended up getting different clear ones. I don't show them until the end, but I got clear ones. They were $6 each from Menards, and it was amazing because I ended up saving these light fixtures and just spray painting them. I started by sanding them with 150 grit sandpaper. Then I primed them and used the Rust-Oleum Universal Advanced Formula for satin black, and then the clear durable top coat for a top coat in dead flat. I've used this on all of the doorknobs in my house, and I've really had good success with it so far. Next, it was time to do the actual electric work and put them back on to make sure they work and that I didn't ruin anything when I took them off. And then I had some extra light bulbs from my light fixture in the dining room, and I really like how bright they are, how they are daylight bulbs instead of the warm tone bulbs, and so I used 2 of those. Literally changed the whole space. I'm obsessed.
What if I wake up happy? And what if I wake up sad? Sorry if I said something that made you mad. Wishing that I could call you. Sorry my service bad. My bad. When I wake up you're not next to me. Guess I'm missing all your energy. That's all I want. That's all I want. Promise I am not your enemy. I just need another memory, that's all I want. 'Cause all I want is you.
And next I decided to clean the floor. Why did I do this? I have no idea. This was such a stupid move because I did so much sanding in here for the vanity and stuff later that I had to go back there and re-clean them later, but I think I saw this on TikTok and I just wanted to try it. You basically just took toilet bowl cleaner and then a toothbrush and you just scrubbed, and you can kind of see the difference between how dirty the grout was before with the black and then scrubbing them. This was like a cream grout. I don't know why anyone would ever choose cream grout with white tile, but it is what it is. I do like the floor in here, so we're keeping it. The next thing that I did was take the hardware off of the actual vanity and then the doors off of the vanity also. I first started sanding the wood with 220 grit sandpaper. For whatever reason in my mind, I think that this is like wrong. And like, I know I started with it, but I feel like I remember that I ended up like going down to like 150 or something. So yeah, I think I probably wasted some time doing the 220, but that's okay. I just wanted to rough it up a little bit. I did the big storage cabinet in here also, and then it was time to go outside and sand down the doors. I hated this. It was so tedious to go through in all of the little nooks and crannies and crevices, and I swear like my fingers were like so dry from holding the sandpaper all day. I was able to use an electric sander on the big parts, but going through the little like detail parts it was difficult. But I do believe that I ended up using 60 grit sandpaper first and then 120 grit sandpaper second. I really just went like straight up to really rough because I had planned on, instead of painting the bottom vanity section, I really wanted like a lighter color wood, so I had to get that ugly orange color off. And as you can see in like the transformation just of me like first coat standing outside, it was a huge difference right off the bat. Okay, here's the part that I remember before that I felt like I was wasting my time with the 220. I ended up coming in with my electric sander and doing the vanity part, and that was so much faster and easier. But as you can see, this is where I felt kind of stupid for cleaning the floor before, because I really made a big old mess. I did not sand the tall storage cabinet as much just because I wanted to just rough that up a little bit for painting it, but I did go through and tape off the edges before coming in with my Bare Ultra Pure White paint. Honestly, I should have used cabinet paint. It was very rough going through and painting this like 3 and 4 coats because the cabinet, I guess, kept like soaking it in or something. I don't know. I should have like just invested in some cabinet paint, but it looks fine now. It was just tedious. This whole room was tedious. I like really did intend to get it done in like 1 weekend, and it took forever. But I painted and painted and painted and painted and painted that, and eventually it did look good. So it was on my goal to switch out everything in this bathroom to have black hardware instead of the silver chrome hardware. However, I did not change anything with the shower because, you know, it's just so expensive to buy that, and you can't see it anyway. So I remember when we bought this house, I did not open any of the shower curtains to look at any of the showers. That was so silly of me, but that was like, as a home buyer, that was not a priority to me, and so I'm just hoping it's not for the next person either. But I ended up wanting to replace this shower head up here. The old one was rough. It was disgusting. It was rusty, had hard water stains on it. It was just gross. The water pressure was amazing, but we needed something clean and fresh and new, so I ended up getting this from Amazon. I've not showered in here yet, so I can't tell you how the water pressure is, but it was super easy to put on. Actually, my father-in-law came over and did it because I could not get the old one off because it was like rusted on there, but he put everything on within like 2 minutes, so nice and easy and good. After that, I went through with caulking and did all of my edges around the trim and cabinet and shower and above the shower and all of those fun little places. In my opinion, it really did make a big difference. Again, that's probably something that most people wouldn't notice or wouldn't see, but I think it did make a difference. While I was cleaning the floor, I also noticed that under the cabinet, and I used to notice this when I would like come in here to go to the bathroom, you can see it. Under the sink vanity, you can see that the black that they had under there would like chip away and there was like wood exposed, or like, I don't know, like a cork type of thing, whatever texture that is. I just took extra black paint that I had left over from painting my door downstairs and just did a really quick coat on that, touched it up, looks great now. It doesn't bother me at all anymore. Another project that I really wanted to make sure that I got to in here was replacing the faucet. There was nothing wrong with the old faucet except for that it didn't match. I wanted to replace it. I wanted something new, so I found this faucet for $44 on Amazon. It was black, it was super cheap, it came with absolutely everything. I was ecstatic to find it because faucets can be really, really expensive. I'll actually link everything that I say I got from Amazon, like the faucet and the shower head, I'll link down below in my Amazon shop if you guys want to go check it out. I will say the whole presentation of the sink looks amazing. I love everything about the top of it. I don't like the pulling the thing up and down. It's totally a janky, cheap system under the sink, so I'm just not gonna like pull the stopper up or anything like that. The other thing is it's not like shaped completely 100% perfectly for like the like little drain thing in my sink, and so like sometimes water collects around the ring at the bottom, and I know that's just gonna like drive me crazy over the years, but I love what it looks like, so it's worth it in my opinion. After this, I finally found some motivation to go back outside and paint the cabinets. I was working on this project in like late February, early March maybe, and a lot of the days it was like cold. We had like a snowstorm, I think. It was just hard to like get outside, so I wanted to wait until nice days for me to get out and paint and sand and everything. It took me a couple coats on the doors, and then it was time to move on to the like vanity section. I did read a tutorial about this, and someone told me that I could use polyacrylic to just seal it because I did not want to restain and then go through that whole process. I really like the natural wood look. In reality, I wish I could go back and tell myself, Elizabeth, just pick a really light stain, go through and do that, because it would like, you know, it stains the wood. I did not realize that the polyacrylic like really amplifies the grain in the wood. And like I did research, and so I know that polyurethane does it even worse, and it darkens it and gives it the orange like tone back. I really do love what it looks like, but the process of like putting on like polyacrylic and then like waiting for it to dry and then sanding it down and then putting another coat on, I think I did 3 or 4 coats for this, just because every time I would sand, like I'd go crazy sanding because I was like, I hate that it's turning it back to orange and I don't like it. But now that it's done, it's like I thought in my mind that it was just going to be straight up orange, and I did all that work and it looks the exact same. It really does look different. It just took a lot to get there. In between sandings, I used 220 grit sandpaper, and that is correct because I got that off of the back of the polyacrylic can. I also replaced the hardware. There is a discount store in Northern Kentucky that you can go, and they had like a huge sale day, so everything was half off. So all of my new hardware pieces were only $1. I got the circle ones, and then I got the long ones. I really like how it all goes together, and I'm like thrilled at that price because those can add up and be so expensive. I also, this is my favorite way to DIY. It's bad that I'm running out of room to do this, but in my downstairs hallway, I had a complete like black floor grate vent cover thing, and we're about to like hopefully about to rip up the floor down there, and then I'm gonna like get a new one anyway that like matches a new floor. Fingers crossed, we hope. So I just swapped them, so my ugly silver one is now downstairs, but I have a beautiful black floor vent cover up here. It goes perfectly, really pulls the room together. I love it. I also took a trip to IKEA, and I got a hand towel holder that just goes right onto the wall. It's perfect, everything that I was looking for. It was only like $3, $4, $5, something like that, which is like so good for a hand towel holder. And then I also ended up getting this towel bar. I think it was only like $14 maybe, I don't know, something like that, but it was way cheaper than any of the other ones I saw. It was easy to put on. Honestly, I don't think it's, actually I think it might be more stable than I give myself credit for. I only could use one of the things in the wall because it's longer than my old one, so I had to drill new holes, and so I'm not sure if it's completely like perfect, but it's okay. It's on the wall. That's all that matters, right? I also went through and added little fuzzy things on the back of all of the drawers so that they're like, they're not soft close, but they're like silent close and they don't slam like they used to. I also went through and recaulked the edges of the vanity thing now that I had everything like sealed and sanded and beautiful. And then came the fun part, organization. So I had basically the bathroom pretty organized before, but I did go through and get a few new bins, label stuff. I reorganized it in a different way in this cabinet here, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. I have a lot more room under the sink now. I'm I'm not sure how much I trust this sink, so I kind of like just have a bucket under the sink right now just in case it leaks or anything. But eventually, you know, I can put stuff under there and have even more room. I also got this white towel bar from the Christmas tree shop months ago when I knew I was going to redo this project. It was only $5, so like that's such a win. The only thing that in this bathroom that I'm like not a fan of, this shower curtain is cream, this is white, and these are black. And I don't like that, but I can always switch shower curtains and it'll be fine. And then I also don't like how the toilet flush handle is still chrome, and I'm looking for a black one to switch it, but haven't found it yet. Anyway, these shower curtain holder hooks thing from Amazon, I love them. I bought them for my basement bathroom. I talked about them in that video too. They're linked to my Amazon shop. Incredible. They have like the dual sides, so you can have the liner on one side and the shower curtain on the other. I was also so excited to put the shower curtain up because I actually, like, when I pinned the photo of this bathroom, I went out and bought this shower curtain before we even closed on the house. I just had my fingers crossed that we were gonna get it because our old house, we didn't even have shower curtains, we just had shower doors. And so I was like, oh gosh, if all of this just falls through our hands and we don't like buy or sell our house, like, we don't even need the shower curtain. But it all worked out. It's beautiful. It came together, but it was like a moment putting it on, you know. I also found the perfect little soap dispenser from Target. I loved it. Matches the vibe in here. It was so hard to find something with like a black top instead of the like silver or chrome top. And then the last thing that I did was swap out the outlets and switches and their covers. Now they are all white and beautiful, and I'm so happy with it. Oh yes, I also added a toilet paper holder from IKEA. That took like a couple weeks to get here after the whole rest of the bathroom was like almost done, and so that waited a while. That was only $5. That's such a good deal for a toilet paper holder. But that's black and we love it. It's beautiful. And then I also put a mirror up from Target. I don't think I ever said that. That went up before like everything else, but I love the mirror. It's much bigger. It doesn't have as thick of a border, so it feels like it fills the space better. And it was only, I think, $40 from Target, and I had a gift card, so this bathroom is so affordable. I really did intend to like spray paint everything, like the towel rod and the knobs, and honestly at first I planned on spray painting the sink, but I do think like it wouldn't last. Like my door handles around my house are like, they look great and everything, but one time I like scratched one of them, so there's like a line, and there's just some spaces on them that I can tell are going to need touched up in the future, and I do not want to have to do that in this bathroom. So I did buy new pretty much everything except for the light fixtures, which they look amazing spray painted. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this bathroom. It was all just final touches from there going forward. I love how it turned out. I am so happy I did not paint this vanity under the sink. I am in love with like the way that the wood looks. I'm in love with the way the whole bathroom came together. I love the difference between the black and the white, and I'm so glad that I have this wood in here so that it's not like strictly just black and white. The only thing that I wish I could change would be to get black hinges for all of the doors in here, but then I would have to drill new holes, and I actually ordered some black hinges from Amazon and sent them back because they weren't right, and then I took mine into Home Depot and they didn't have any that worked for it. These are like vintage hinges or something, and it didn't work, so we're using the old ones. It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would, but I think the black ones would make a difference, but we're not sanding and spray painting those, so this bathroom is done. I'm so excited about it. It turned out so much better than I imagined. I'm so proud of myself for having another project complete, especially one that like looks so good. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do like appreciate, like I put so much work into these videos, and I know I'm doing them to like increase my home value and to have a space to live that I like absolutely love what it looks like, but like it means so much to me that I can like take you along for the journey of like the transformation process, and I just appreciate all of your like sweet comments and kind words and everything like that. So thank you so much for watching and being there and subscribing to my channel, and I appreciate you guys more than you know. So that is it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!